Step into the Incense and Whiskey sanctuary with mindfulness enthusiasts and verified whiskey lovers, Mecca and Ashley, as they discuss all the random topics they love, from mindfulness to memes. This is Ashley.
And this is Mecca.
Welcome to the Incense and Whiskey sanctuary. 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 Hey, Mecca.
Yeah, Ashley.
I thought today would be a great day to do something different.
Yep.
And I want to talk to you about incense, meditation, journaling. What are your thoughts?
All things woo-woo. I love it. No, yeah. I think that's that's doable. Let's do it.
Wait, did you say all things woo-woo? I love that. All
Yeah.
things woo-woo. Okay, so do you have any favorite incense scents?
My favorite incense. I mean, I love a lot of different incense. So I'll just talk about what I'm into right now. What's kind of been burning at the house now is myrrh and white sage. That's kind of been burning this week. You know, sometimes the one thing that stays in the house that I burn a lot is non-champa. That's I just call that like my casual in-house. You know, people call your in-house wine. That's my in-house incense.
That's your in-house incense?
Yeah. So I like that one. Anything with lemongrass, lemon palm, those are all my favorites as well. Frankincense. There's a few brands out there that will cultivate and create a incense like based on your chakras, or a mood that you want to have. I think it's pretty cool. But jasmine, ambers, myrrh, sage, non-champa, anything lemony, grapefruit, citrus. Those are kind of ones that I gravitate to. Tobacco, sometimes teak wood, kind of a masculine smell sometimes as well.
So I'm not familiar with non-champa. If you were to describe what that scent smells like, how would you just, or is it its own singular? It's hard to compare it to something else kind of scent.
Oh, that's a good question, Ashley. Let's see. I have
a better question for you. Because when I think of scents, I think about memories.
Yeah,
So do you have a scent memory that's connected to non-champa for you?
I think non-champa, to me, honestly, the minute I smell it, I think I'm just being transported to like the best Indian restaurant. It's one of those things, you walk into the restaurant, have this whiff of this like strong kind of aroma. It also reminds me of when I first started, college and moving to Chicago. Those were like the scents that you have going into like your apartment or whatever. Like, I want to have a relaxing Sunday, so I'm gonna have some incense and candles going. And non-champa was just kind of like the thing to have going. So it's kind of it's spicy, comfortable. It's very transporting you to a very peaceful place in your mind.
Oh, I like that. So I'm hearing that the scent memory is also connected to a feeling for you then. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Connecting scents to feelings.
Like the scent is like a combination of like sandalwood, frangipani, and I hope I'm saying that right. It's a type of oil fragrance, which is like referred to as champa. So it's like a combination of like that sandalwood and the frangipani that I just kind of named. And it's used like in soaps and oils and perfumes, but it's also nice just to have it as the incense.
And then can you tell me so it sounds like when you're shopping for your incense, you're kind of thinking about what mood you want to set or experience you want to have. Do you have any best practices? Like, do you keep just a variety on hand? Do you burn them at certain times of the day or for a certain period of time? Give us the
you know what I do? I have a whole area that I keep all my incense in, and everything from sticks to resin to cones
Hmm.
are used. So there's, incense holders, little vessels that I use that like burn the resin with the charcoal. So many different. I definitely always keep them at room temperature. Um,
Okay.
and I always keep them like in a dark area, so I don't let any light or anything get to them, just because I don't want any heat or any natural like element affecting their life. Um, I keep them all in one area, and I have no, I don't reserve it for nighttime or anything. I will light an incense when I want to change my mood. It could be in the morning time when I'm getting ready to walk out the house. It could be, before I'm going to bed. It could be while I'm cooking. When I get ready to start work, I'll light an incense, because it just kind of like transports. You hear some people that write, they may take a shower between each chapter, because they need to like get a clean slate and then start over. So I
I've
kind of
never
like,
heard that before. That's interesting.
really, yeah.
I've never heard that.
So with incense, it's like, the minute you put it on, I can remember getting off the phone with somebody and it was just like, oh, awful conversation. I was just like, I don't want to be thinking about this. I lit some incense. Immediately, it just like transported me to like, all right, get back to me. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
So it's all about, it's kind of like, sound, smells, visual. These are all like transporters. It can be used as transporters to kind of help you. That's like a really quick way of, people, last week we had talked to Sonia and how she said, how you can smell different elements of the oils, and it
Yeah.
kind of immediately give you like you feeling like stress free, or maybe it lifts your mood. It's similar to what incense does as well.
Yeah. That makes sense. So I have burned incense, maybe not as frequently as you do. I am still kind of more of a candle person for the
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find that when I burn incense, it kind of clings to the air
Mm-hmm.
more than candles. Do you also experience that, or
Oh
is that
yeah.
just me? Yeah.
And, I mean, it does. It does cling to the air more. You can leave out of a room. You can put an incense in a room and never light it, and it still has that smell. Like
Right.
a
It's still got the
concentrated one.
fragrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and just for the record, I do love candles as well. Um, I feel like I can transport and travel with incense better
Yeah.
than candles, but I do love a good candle. And
That's true.
depending
You
on,
can more easily travel with incense than you can
yeah.
with candles. That makes sense. Mhm.
Uh, but some candles can hold the air too, depending on the brand you get or how it's poured. Um, I do feel like incense gives you a more room freshener for a longer period of time than
Yeah.
candles. Yeah.
That's totally fair. Yeah, so I have different candles that I light, and I recently went on, and by recently I mean a few months ago. When I was going for acupuncture. They also sell incense and candles
Okay.
where I go, and I decided to pick up some candles, and I just went on this little mini candle shopping spree, and I was like, I need a candle for when I write. And they were like, ooh, buy this.
Oh yes, you did ask me that. Yes, I
I
think
need
that
a
that's smart.
candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a candle that I kind of light when I'm writing. I have a different candle that I light when I'm reading.
Mm.
Um, I have a candle that I use while I'm working because I find sometimes in the
But what
workday.
is there a certain scent that helps you?
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
when I'm writing, I have it lit right now. When I'm writing, I usually use this sandalwood and eucalyptus candle
Oh yeah.
because it helps me to feel grounded.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and so something about writing, and I mean like journaling or just writing in general, there's something about feeling grounded that starts with the smell for me. And
Hmm.
it to me, it sets the mood for that level of creativity in that
Okay.
moment. When I'm reading, and it also kind of depends on what I'm reading. Like if I'm reading something more lighthearted, I might light a more citrusy candle.
Hmm.
When I'm working, I try to light things that are more calming,
Yeah.
like lavender or what have you. And then, of course, because I'm a seasonal person, I have a vanilla pumpkin
I was just
right
getting
now.
ready to say that pumpkin spice latte got to be in the house somewhere, right?
Um, That's my festive side coming out
No,
to
I know.
play.
I like apple. You know what my festive is? Pine cone, like a pine cone greenery,
Oh,
apple something.
oh
Those
yeah.
winter, yeah, those are, I do that for if I'm gonna do something seasonally.
Okay, got you. So yeah, I love how incense and candles, like the scent itself, can help to set the mood or shift your energy, it sounds like. Yeah, and I think if we can incorporate scents throughout our day and throughout our
Yeah.
experience, it that sensory component
Mm-hmm.
to me makes life in certain moments in life a little bit more full or memorable, I guess.
That's a good
Is
one.
a way to think about it. But anything else we should know about incense in our incense 101 right now?
Incense 101.
Have you ever made your own incense?
You know, no, but it is funny because I just got this book last week on creating your own incense, candles.
Oh,
Um, and I got it because I just personally wanted to be able to like really just make my own incense. But I think it kind of goes through the gamut of the things that they show you. So I'll keep you posted. I mean, I think I'm gonna create something for myself, that I kind of, use for like if I want to get things done, if I want to have a meditation moment. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fun to try out.
so you got to do one with like a little whiskey flair to it
Oh
for
yeah. I
when
already,
you
yeah,
play
it's
back
gonna
the
be
podcast.
like a jazz club, dark room, chocolate walls
Ooh, I'm
kind
into
of
it.
thought process. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And it's funny because whenever now that you're saying that, like when I'm getting ready to like even when I'm just taking a shower or a bath, when I turn off the lights, put a candle on, that something like teak wood and that kind of tobacco-y
Yeah,
whiskey, that's one of those kind that I love to be able to put on.
I love that. Well, I
It's
can't wait to check out
nighttime.
the nighttime. I can't wait to check out the brand, whatever the brand is going to be of incense, the line of incense that you come out with for it.
Me neither. Thank you. Yeah, so that's some instance. That's an instant like transporter, a mood elevator.
Yeah,
Uh, I think, and it just kind of like I don't know. I just keep using the word transporting because it does. It mentally transports you.
I love that.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So Ashley, I have a question for you.
I
Do
have an
you
answer.
do you journal?
I do. I don't do it as often as I should or would like to, but I do journal, and the most often I do it after a meditation. Actually,
Okay.
I find it to be very beneficial after a meditation.
So is that like at nighttime you kind of reserve time to journal?
Actually, I do it more in the morning.
Mm.
I try to get the things that I want to do for myself done in the morning while my husband is still sleeping or
The first fruits of labor, you give it to yourself.
right before like I check my email and somebody calls me and then I'm meeting their needs or answering their questions. I kind of think of it as that's my time to take care of myself. And
Yeah.
so I try to journal around that time,
Okay.
actually.
And do you have a theme for each of your journaling submissions? Like, is it a theme? Is it some questions that you're answering for yourself? Is it gratitude?
That is such a good question, Mecca. And I think it varies based on what's going on in my mind and my life. I've had different types of journals. I've actually had the most different type of journal. I had a journal that was all based around doodling.
Hmm.
And so it would give a prompt, and I would have to draw out like imagery to match that prompt.
Okay.
Um, Something like, when I take care of myself, I feel what have you. And I would have to figure out a way to draw an image that would reflect my thoughts around that prompt.
Oh,
Um,
as opposed to writing it out. And
as
what?
opposed to writing it out. And I'm not like an artist by any means, but something about having to create a visual really helped me in terms of thinking about things differently, because I'm a reader, I'm a writer, so words come to me naturally, but images there's something about a different type of emotional connection when I
Right.
have to envision something. But I've
Yeah.
also heard of people having things like gratitude journals.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a gratitude journal?
Yeah. I have a gratitude journal. I actually
Yeah.
actively have a gratitude journal.
And then when you journal in that, do you only journal around that theme, the gratitude?
Yes, because I have a specific journal that I use just for gratitude, and it doesn't have to be some long thing that I'm grateful for. It could be a one liner. It could
Okay.
be one thing. It's just something I quickly write down what I'm grateful for. Um, but I do have a regular journal too. Like if I'm, just, and I don't usually have a theme, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then I've also seen people use things like bullet journals because they get overwhelmed, like at
What's
the
the bullet
thought
journal?
so like a bullet journal would be like you just have bullet points and you just write a lot, like
Oh,
what you were describing.
yeah,
Some people feel like when they have a journal, they have to like write pages and pages,
exactly. And all
and
this.
then they just don't do it.
Yeah, they feel like they got to write a heartfelt dissertation, and you don't
Yeah,
have
like
to
a letter to myself or my younger self or what have you. Yeah, so I've heard of bullet journals. So I've heard of different types of journals, the 5-minute journal where you're like,
Mm,
you schedule 5 minutes with yourself to do your journaling. So there's different ways to do it. I think different approaches, but I really enjoy doing it after meditation. I'm a person that it's hard for me to turn the brain off, and then
mm.
certain thoughts come to me and then I'm trying to dismiss them, but then by the time I get to a cleared mental state from the meditation, I actually want to remember, I want to tap into what comes to mind when after my mind is cleared. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Like a word or phrase will come to me after the meditation
Yep.
and I want to capture that.
Because
So,
remember what I told you about meditation. Meditation is the time that you get your answers,
yeah.
right? So it's actually right on point. If you hear a message or a word after your meditation, it just makes just organic sense to just write in your journal afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. So, I've been in some situations where people have provided journaling prompts after meditation,
Mm,
and I find them to be helpful. Sometimes when I nothing in particular came to me, or my mind was clear, so I wanted to share a few with you. What do you think about that?
yeah, perfect.
So I think maybe I have three different types of journal prompts that I wanted to share. And I think the first set is probably when if you were just starting out with using a journaling prompt, this is the type of prompt that you would look for. I'll call them like the starter house. And so it's things like I am happiest when, and kind of right along those lines. Or I showed courage today by doing or saying, right, something, fill
Okay.
in the blank. Um, I honor my body by doing what? Is it doing a meditation or going for a walk, that type of thing? So I will call those like the starter training wheels
I
type
like
of
that.
journaling prompts.
I like that.
I think that if you wanted to approach journaling from a different way and go deeper, then I would think about having a prompt series where you write on a certain topic and then you kind of interrogate that for yourself and you go further.
Yeah.
So, an example would be 3 things I value about myself are, right? And then you explore those words. Is it, I'm a compassionate person, what have you? Um, and then it's 3 things that my best self would do that I'm currently not doing, are what? So you've now gone from talking about characteristics of yourself to your best self and how you can move that into action.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to take it even further, you could say 3 things that I did today that moved me closer to my dreams or closer to how I envision myself are this. So that series of journaling prompts, I think, could be, if you wanted to really focus on a certain theme, to decide on a series of journaling prompts could be really a useful exercise, I think, as well.
That.
And then there's another set that I don't quite know how to categorize these, but I found them to be really helpful when I'm thinking about, like, I like to think in a future orientation, right? And so one of them is, this week I intend to align my life to these 3 values, feelings, states, or guiding beliefs. And really thinking about the week ahead of you, say if you were anxious about something or you're trying to get yourself motivated, to kind of get you set up for thinking in that way. Or if you were to take a midday break and say, I'm going to take 30 minutes to journal, something like, I want to dedicate the remainder of my day to fill in the blank. Is it the memory of a person that you feel strongly about? Is it thinking about some practice or habit that you want to incorporate more into your daily life, that type of thing? So I would say there's levels to this.
It's absolutely. I mean, in that, it can go from your meditation, it can go from a business, it can go from a feeling, it can go from exactly just dictating how you want to explore and lay out your day for the your day. Journalism is just journalism. Journaling is like a really great release.
Yeah, I find it to be one of the things that, it's so funny. It's one of the things that I get the most joy from.
Okay.
And I find it to be very cathartic, but I make the least amount of time for it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
no, I get what you're saying.
I just don't do it. And it's funny because when I do it, this is kind of also how I feel about exercise sometimes. So whenever I'm in this, like, I should apply this to journaling actually. So whenever I'm thinking like, do I want to work out today? I have this moment, I have this like question I always ask myself. Like, my immediate response is, when have you ever had a workout that you regretted? And then that gets me going. It's like, yes, that's true. I've never regretted it. So why am I sitting here talking about, do I want to do it?
Because you talk yourself out of it.
Yeah. Well, so maybe I need to apply that to my writing. Like,
Have you ever had a bad journal experience?
Yeah, like, when has that ever not been beneficial?
Right. No, that's a good way of looking at it. And you're right. We don't make enough. It's the same way with meditation. People feel like, oh, I don't have time to do it. I don't have time to journal. And I think by saying, it does not have to be some like heartfelt letter. It could just be your thoughts, your immediate thoughts when you wake up, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember my bowl, right? I was telling you that.
Yeah.
Literally, I would write like 1 or 2 lines or a word that like came to me, fold it up on my little index card and throw it into the bowl. And I would count that as a journaling exercise.
Which is perfect. And I mean, even using that example as just like your like journal, right? This bowl is it's housing all of your
thoughts, your words.
And so even if you woke up in the morning and you're like, okay, or at the end of the night, what did I accomplish today? Maybe that's at the end of the day. And that accomplishment doesn't have to be like some laundry list of items. It could be as easy as, you know what, I actually ate breakfast today. I sat down and I gave myself 10 minutes before I started the next thing. Like, it doesn't have to be some thoughtful, heartfelt piece. It's just, we are working progress every day. And I think we just got to give ourselves grace.
Well, you know, that's funny that you said that, because sometimes I'll find old journals and it'll be like how I decided I was going to journal. Yeah. And I would have like a few days and then the rest of the journal would be blank.
Right. Well, I do the same thing. And people know I love journals. So, I mean, I literally got tiny journals. I got big journals.
Yeah.
Stuff to put in my pocket. I mean, journals all around. And then I look at them from like, even like 4 or 5 years ago. And I was like, gosh.
I know, but do you ever read them back?
Yes, yes.
Because one of my favorite poets, I follow her on social media, and I feel like it's so funny because she has always been consistent. It seems she's always been consistent about her journaling,
Uh-huh.
and she could sit there and say like 9-year-old self was doing this or
Oh,
thinking
wow.
that. And I wish I could do, I'm sure I have like random journals from different places where I could do this, but I think that in terms of the emotional work that I'm trying to do for myself in my life,
Yeah.
it would be so helpful to be able to look back and say like a year ago today, or remember when I was in this situation before, thinking about how I was processing it, what I was thinking and feeling in that moment, and comparing it to now will be very helpful. So
Yeah.
right now I'm just talking myself into doing it so that 10 years from now, Ashley can be like,
When what did you
listen,
say on October 10th?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think that, okay, so hold me accountable,
I can hold you
everybody.
accountable for that.
Ask
You
me,
know
did
what?
you journal today?
Did you journal today? You know what else is funny? And this is what like some social media platforms that do those reminders. You know,
Yeah,
some people treat their social media as a journal. Think about that too.
they do. Yes,
And it's kind of,
that's true.
this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm feeling today. This is what I want to share. This is whatever it is, whatever that is.
That's
And
true.
they get these reminders like this time last year you were blah blah blah. So I don't want anyone to feel like the journaling has to be something that they're writing down and committing themselves to, because it is lethargic to actually write pencil to paper or pen to paper. There is a feeling and energy that goes with that. But even if you're just capturing and archiving your life through maybe your social media or your pictures, just I'm just saying, I think that we should kind of like archive and keep record. And that record doesn't need to be extensive, but just kind of like keep record of yourself. Check on yourself.
I support that. I support that. Okay, I have one other thought I want to share with you.
Okay.
So something that I also have really gotten into in the last few years, and I don't even know how this started, is now when I buy journals and notebooks, they have to be unlined.
Really?
I don't like line. I do
And I have
not
to have lines.
like the lines. So I remember one of my colleagues was like, "This is so weird. Why does your notebook not have any lines in it? It's really bothering me
You
right
have a
now."
really great penmanship, right?
I guess people have told me that.
Yeah.
But what I've decided, what I like said in that moment, and you ever say something out loud that you never said before, you're like, that's true. Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yes. So in that moment, I said something like, I don't like to have limitations. And I was like, that is really what it is. Like,
And them
if
lines
I
are
want to
giving me
draw,
those lines are giving me limitations.
the
Okay.
lines are limiting me. I don't want to be in the lines. If I want to draw, if I want to write, if I want to fold up whatever, like, I don't want the limitations. And he was just like, I can't handle it. I cannot handle it. You don't have lines. I don't know what's happening right now. And I was just like, it's okay.
Most people that are like artists, meaning like they're physically like drawing art, or even a lot of architects, they prefer to write in non-line notebooks.
Well, maybe that's in my future. I don't know. I need a drawing class
And
before.
you have a very artistic, artsy mind, and you are free spirited in that way. And it sounds like you have a really great penmanship, and I think you do. Typically, I have a really bad penmanship, and I need that structure. So because if I don't use lines, you're gonna have a lopsided. I don't no lie. This always happens. I can look at journals where everything started off real straight and then it started getting 90 degrees, like 85. You're like, girl, stay on the page. So I need those lines. But my hat's off to the people that can. And I was like, who do they make these notebooks for? Who doesn't need lines? But you know what? You
send it to me. I'm a no-line notebook person. Give Mecca the lines. Give me no lines. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you got to do. We support it.
Oh, I like that. But yeah, I think journaling is very important, and I'm glad you brought it up. It's a needed release.
Yes.
Part of your self-care.
Release for sure.
Okay. All right.
All right, Mecca, we've talked about incense, we've talked about mindful journaling and journaling prompts. I think it's time to bring it all together and give the people what they want, a guided meditation led by Mecca.
Yes. So we are gonna set the mood. Actually, I want you to get really comfortable. So if
Okay.
you're listening, get really comfortable. Maybe that's sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. If you have a meditation pillow, then prop that up under you, sit upright, whatever makes you feel empowered. Just put yourself in an empowered body placement, being laying down or standing up or sitting up. Sorry. And today's meditation is really just kind of focused on positivity and elevating your own vibe. Okay, so that's what this meditation is going to guide you to. I'll play a little bit of the sound bowl to kind of just kind of transport you a little bit, but I ask that you get comfortable. If you have a candle, light the candle. If you have incense, light you some incense. It's always nice to light both.
Hey now.
So you can light both and get into it. And what I suggest is, after the meditation, depending on what you've heard or kind of message you've got or any type of ringing thought that you've come up with, journal it, talk about it, write about it. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a vision that you saw. So I would say it's always nice to have your elements going with the fire and some incense, do a nice meditation, and journal afterwards. This crystal quartz is actually a B note, so it's geared towards the crown. So this is geared towards your crown chakra. So I'm going to ask you to envision your favorite body of water, being in lakes, ocean, anywhere in the world. Imagine yourself being at that water on a beautiful day. Close your eyes. Allow every worry, task, negative thought float away. You have no time for them here. And so you let each of them go. Every bad thought, every worry, every fear. Watch them all float away in the great body of water in your mind. As you sit on the shore, you hear a voice in the distance. The voice in the distance is telling you, today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. Let this voice loop over and over. Today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. As the voice continues speaking, you watch the waves caused by your thoughts settle in. The great ocean before you becomes still and clear. Today I'm happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. Slowly, without turning, your eyes still on the clear water, you realize that voice is coming from within. You open your mouth and you speak aloud. Today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. Today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. Let that sink in a bit. Slowly settle in to today I am happy, today I am capable, today I am worthy. As you adjust your eyes and you look at the water from a distance, you let the voice that you heard from a distance come from within, and slowly bring yourself back in. Bringing yourself back to a point where you comfortably open up your eyes. And as you open up your eyes, repeat, today I'm happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. Now, this was just a mini meditation to kind of like raise your vibration. We'll have a longer version of this on our Instagram coming soon. So that way you can kind of go through if you want to do it for 15 or 20 minutes, it's just a nice way to kind of ground yourself and just raise your vibration at any point of your day. I hope that was helpful to you, Ashley.
I loved it. Thank you, Mecca.
You are welcome. I think that, during that time frame, being in the meditation, either having it guided or you can do it on your own and hear music or hear sounds. And when I say do it on your own, meaning like you just hear sounds or maybe you hear nothing. All three of those ways can help with your journaling afterwards. It can all help ground you afterwards as well. And they all work in different ways. So, there you have it.
I loved it. Thank you.
You are welcome. So that was perfect. We summed it up with our incense, journaling, a meditation with a sound bath. And these are all ways that you can kind of like lightly just raise your vibes. If you have, your incense, you quickly write out something in your journal, and that journal may be your social media. Maybe that's your Pinterest or, your IG, whatever. And then if you don't have sound bowls, that's totally fine. You have a phone, there's YouTube, there's the internet. You can always just type in sound bowls, meditations, and you can get it at the fingertips. So,
yeah, thanks for the tips.
You are welcome. Again, if you want to hear this on our IG within the next couple of days, once this post, we'll have a longer version of this sound bath. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch us next time on Incense and Whiskey.
In the meantime, take a breath, have a sip.